Hey guys, and welcome to CG Pro League here at Team Down TV. Tonight's match is going to be Team NV taking on Team Just Saiyan. And a shout out to the sponsors as well, AMD, BenQ, G-Skill, M-Wave, Sound Blaster, and Western Digital. My name is Place, and I'm here with Mr. Benz. So let's get straight into this champ select. We've got some bans coming out. Team NV getting rid of Cassidon, and Lee Sin taken out by Team Just Saiyan.
Yeah, pretty standard at the moment with the Cassidon ban. You know, scary snowballing mage assassin that's put in there. Kind of interesting though to put it out as a first ban, but Lee Sin, of course, everyone loves him in the Australian scene at the moment, and that's an interesting ban, the Corki. And if you've been watching Worlds, you'd know how strong Corki is at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's a really justified ban right there, because obviously people just tapping onto the changes, the recent changes to Triforce. He's super strong now. And it's just the movement speed that the Triforce gives that people have really taken advantage of.
Yeah, and the Spellblade being 200% now as well with that, that Sheen proc. And Corki had those little tweaks before the Triforce change, like the reduced mana on his ultimate. And so he's just slowly getting back into favour, and I think he's been picked or banned in all but one game at Worlds so far.
Yeah.
So he's huge at the moment, Corki.
I think it was 11 picks, 8 bans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway, all but one game. And the Ari ban, that's standard at the moment as well. She's just come back into favour. She's like, she wasn't played for a long time, and then just all of a sudden Ari came back in. As soon as Zed was getting played a lot, Ari just came back. And that mage assassin who can jump around, that mobility as well.
Yeah. Picked up as kind of the counter, because obviously you can charm right in the face of the Zed, shut down a lot of that damage, but Boo gonna pick that one up straight away for Team NV, and that's a very strong first pick right there.
Ooh. It is. There's still a lot of OPs open, but you know, Zed's probably the top at the moment, apart from the ones that have been banned, and you're just gonna insta-lock that straight away. And let's see, it'll be interesting to see what NV pick up. Could it be the Riven? Riven mid?
Could be picking up that Riven, and I'm interested to see that. Obviously we saw that matchup, Faker playing the Riven against a Zed. Forget which match it was exactly, but you know, Faker obviously is a king and he's been talked up a lot, but I'd like to see the Riven versus Zed matchup. Probably not going to happen here though. Swain could be locked in, but oh well.
Yeah, and he played it versus TSM, so, and apparently Faker's been playing Riven mid in solo queue on NA when they get their practice in, so
well, it's going to be the Swain, Mr. Benz, and that's interesting because if it's a Zed mid lane, how do you reckon a Swain counters that out? He doesn't really have anything to disrupt the death mark.
He has that sustain though, so while he death mark down, he can be sustaining himself to get that little bit of extra health back, so he doesn't get bopped by it. But it's an interesting matchup that we don't see too often. Swain's kind of one of those niche picks. Only a few players really pick up Swain. Usually those players are really good at it as well, so it's going to be, keep an eye on that one, it's going to be good to see.
Yeah, but Team NV picking up the Zyra and the Vi here. Vi also coming back into favour recently as well, which is, you know, I feel like Worlds, even in the past for Season 2 and Season 1, has really been a dramatic meta shift of an event, really, just changing everything up here. And obviously these Australian players tapping onto that as well.
Yep.
So we've got Aatrox locked in with Sona as well from Team Just Saiyan.
The Vi Zed combo, if Vi gets onto you with that CC that Zed doesn't have, it leaves him open to do a lot of damage, and it's just a great combo. Same with the Vi Ari, and like you said, Vi coming back into favour. It's like she was strong when she was released and she was played a lot, and then just kind of fell away. But now she's back, and you can just see that single target CC is just huge.
Yeah, definitely.
Aatrox is another interesting pick. Like the Europeans played it a lot, and then coming into Worlds now, everybody's playing it, and you know, he's great in 2v1s because he has that GA passive, and he's actually really strong in the jungle. His ganks are really nice as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons people are liking this Aatrox, and so I'm glad we're going to see it here, but look at that. It could be a Zac. Heading all the way to the final pick here, Mr. Vance. That's not something we usually see.
But it's something that's like happening lately. It's not being like grabbed first. If a team doesn't want it in their comp, they don't want that AoE disruption, they haven't been picking it. Like a couple of weeks ago we seen it first pick, first ban every time, but now it's just kind of falling away. But he's still a super strong pick, and with Aatrox Zac, it's you got the double GA, you got the double revive, so you have to kill them twice basically.
Yeah, and that helps Vayne so much because you're tanky peelers, and you got Swain as well on top of that. It's just going to be so hard to take out. So, you know, a nice team comp coming out of NV here. But, you know, you can't discount Team Just Saiyan here. I feel like they have more of those OP picks. Kennen being picked up. And that synergizes so well with Varus. You know, you've got Zed as well. just a really strong team comp overall. But no, at the last second, NV going to swap it out, and it's actually going to be a Renekton.
Oh, that's an interesting pick, especially versus a Kennen in that top lane. Renekton doesn't do too well against Kennen because they auto attack harass, especially if Kennen runs those ADs or lifesteal runes and picks up a couple of Doran's Blades. But like you said, the CC coming out of the backline for TJS, you know, you've got the Varus Chain of Corruption, the Zyra ultimate, and Kennen can sit back and peel as well. His ultimate's great for that, while Vi and Zed jump in. Whereas you're probably going to see Renekton and Aatrox jumping in as well, so Vayne's got to watch herself, be safe, and just rely on Sona really to help peel, and just those mechanics, those tumbles, just not get caught by, well, you can't avoid that Vi ultimate, so she's going to have a hard time.
I'm actually interested, Mr. Benz. Team NV might be trying to pull off the OMG strategy with Aatrox, where they go for the 3-man dive in a 2v1 lane. So they might be switching their AD carry and support from the bot lane to the top lane, and then using Aatrox to go for big dives. Because obviously, you know, once he gets killed by the tower, resets into his passive, he loses the tower aggro, and that can drop to Sona, who's then fine to walk away and take a few hits. But this will be interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works with Zac and Aatrox in the jungle. It's probably why you see him a lot more in the jungle as well, because he could just, like, you know, that level 4 dive, if they've pushed the tower with a big minion wave, they can jump in no problem. And like you said, Aatrox can switch the aggro, pop his passive, and he doesn't have a hard time with it. So it'll be interesting to see if they want to do a 2v1. Like, NV will want the 2v1, I feel, especially versus the Zyra Varus, who have so much poke, and Vayne's got that short range, and they'll just harass her down so much. Even though pause on that Sona has the sustain, it still won't be able to deal with all that poke in the early game, which would be really rough.
Yeah, and you know, it adds to kind of the difficulty here for Team Just Saying, because if the split does happen and the swap comes out of Team NV, that's going to really disrupt what Cell wants to do on Vi, because she's probably looking to snowball that mid lane, get Zed really far ahead. But if there's the potential 3v1 dive coming out of SA and Team NV, then she's going to have to spend a while looking for the counter gank. And it'll be interesting to see if she decides to maybe stop Team NV's dives, or just goes for her own play, trying to snowball mid lane.
I see Cell paying a lot of attention to the mid lane. You want to get that Zed fed. Vi and Zed is a great combo. Even early, once Vi, you know, even Vi level 3, mid lane's probably the easiest to gank, being one of the shorter lanes. So with Zed, they'll probably try to get some damage. Just harass Rain a lot on that Swain. Just cause a lot of harass and a lot of problems for him. Probably waiting for that level 6 ultimate, because if they go for the 2v1, it's going to be hard for her to jump in, and she can't dive towers as well as SA can on Aatrox. So you have to watch out for the early game junglers. Yeah, the counter gank.
It's the counter gank that she can really switch around, obviously, but you know, it's going to depend. And obviously we don't even know if there will be a switch here, because Team NV are going to be switching a Renekton for the 1v2, whereas Team Just Saying have the Kennen. And Kennen's much better in the 1v2, I feel.
Yeah, Renekton's really strong in a 1v2 as well, though, under tower. He has that AoE, he has the slice and dice, he has a stun if they do want to dive him. And he gets that bit of sustain if he builds up the Fury on Color Meek as well, so a lot of sustain coming out of him if he can sit in that lane for a long time. SA might need to help him out, just because of that poke from Zyra and Varus. There's a lot with that piercing arrow and the roots. So he just has to be a little bit careful, but Renekton's a great 2v1er as well.
So there are your team comps, ladies and gentlemen. Delay is running down, about 5 seconds left for that, so we'll be jumping into the match soon. But, you know, interestingly as well, we haven't really talked about the actual mid lane matchup too much here, where we've got Zed taking on Swain. And I really don't see it's going to happen for Swain here. He's going to have issues, I feel, with Cell on Vi. There's going to be a lot of pain, I feel.
We put a lot of focus into SA, like diving, helping that 2v1 lane, but he can counter gank Vi and Zed as well. Zed has to be really quick, because if Aatrox comes in with the knock up and the slow, it means Swain can land his slow and his snare as well, and they'll get a lot of damage down and possibly a kill early. So he has to be really on the toes on how he's using that Living Shadow, just to avoid that CC, and because Aatrox can jump out of anywhere, so he's got to be really careful of that. And so I think, like you said, the big focus here is on the counter ganking and which jungler can react and know the other jungler's movement.
Yeah, so that kind of lends itself to the level 1 as well. Where are these teams going to go? Are they going to just try and get early wards down in the enemy jungle, see what's going on. Are they even going to go for a buff still? Because, you know, both of these teams have pretty good level 1s. Renekton, Swain, huge for the level 1s. Of course, Sona, extra damage or movement speed depending on what she levels up, can be great too. Zyra as well. AoE CC is just incredible, so both of these teams, they can go aggressive here.
There's a lot more AoE coming out of NV, so and they have that CC like you said, the snare, the stun, the knock up, depending what Aatrox decides to go with. Aatrox jungle can start with anything. He's not one of those junglers like Nautilus or something who has to start with that certain move. So they do have that lot of CC and power. Whereas TJS, I feel, are kind of single target damage in that level 1. So they're probably looking just to ward up and just to get movement of the enemy team and see if the lane switch is happening. Because I feel that NV are going to be the ones to force the lane swap.
Yeah.
TJS want that 2v2, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think the early wards are definitely the safer option here. See where those junglers are going. But there we are, onto the Rift.
Go.
Take a look at some of the early buys coming out here. Obviously pretty standard for the supports there, just lots and lots of wards. Doran's shield for Renekton in the top lane. Doran's blades. Actually a Doran's blade start for Aatrox in the jungle, so that's interesting.
That's very interesting. He's a bit squishy. His armor isn't too high in those early levels. And he's not running much extra armor either, just that 9 extra armor, so...
Yeah.
Very interesting, and they'll probably see him go for the invade. The pings are going out. Looks like teams know each other.
Yeah.
Know what they're doing. They're staying as those 5-man groups, so not setting up that defensive wall. Both supports as well, just starting all wards. So that looks like they want to get down those early wards in the jungle just to track movement, but...
This is interesting. Both teams actually mirror plays right here. This is incredible. Exact same wards, exact same position through the jungle, the exact same time, Mr. Benz. And because of what these teams are doing, none of them are going to be seen with these wards, so completely blind for both teams.
And if you've been watching games for the last month, you know that ward goes behind the red buff. So this is why teams are just going around and avoiding it now. Like...
Look at that. They both did the same ward as well, Mr. Benz, as you said. Oh, wow.
The interesting thing from just saying though is that ward right up the top, so they can see who goes into the top lane and for that 1v2.
Oh yeah.
They can see who walks through. Without that vision, they can't see if Vayne and Sona are going into that top lane.
Yeah.
But they're probably going to see Renekton go into it, and I don't.
Ooh.
I think there's a little bit of mind games here though.
Yeah.
This is.
Alright. So best AD carry sees that one. Oh, actually trying to disrupt it a little bit. Good play there. Make sure he's safe, but just maybe slows him down a little bit. Smite force from Cell. So I guess that's a little victory there, because obviously it's going to slow it down for a blue buff. SA didn't have to use the smite either, so he's going to be a bit faster and might even go for a steal on Just Saying's red.
Yeah, he should be able. He knows that his red's gone now. There's no point in him going up that way, so he should be able to go take the red. But Vi's going to meet him, and even though she doesn't have a smite, she's going to be able to fight him.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is the Doran's Blade. This is where the Doran's Blade might come in handy for a duel.
SA used the knock-up as well, so he needs to be careful here. He doesn't have the CC. Belle doesn't know and is only level 1. She's going to take a lot of damage from this red. Smite is there from SA. Pause is moving up as well. Oh, there's the engage. Jumps in. Red buff, though, not there for SA, so they can't really chase that one down. But they're going to secure a red buff for their team.
Yeah, interesting enough that Kennen probably told them that, you know, Sona's missing, be careful at red buff. And it kind of gave Aatrox away. I feel that Aatrox could have fought that, stole it, and probably got a kill by himself.
Yeah, I agree.
If he waited for that red buff, stole it, and then jumped in on Vi and tagged her with it, he probably could have got a kill. So, a good play nonetheless, though, stealing the red buff and just putting more pressure onto Vi, who's only just hitting level 2 as Aatrox close to level 4.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, there wasn't really any pressure from mid lane either. Obviously, Zed is only level 2. Envy Rain pushing out that wave, get an early start. But here's the 3v1 dive on the bot. Battles is in trouble. Forced to lightning surge out. Double flash to chase him down. 2 more hits from Snow will finish that off. There's 1, there's 2, and that's first blood. Wow.
And that was that dive you were talking about, Place. It happened at level 3. He said 3 or 4, and he just went straight into that 2v1 lane and got the dive. And this is what I was saying about the mind games. I feel that Just Saying thought that, you know, they'd send Vayne Sona top, not go for that 2v2, but it it was like the reverse mind game right there. They
Yeah,
sent the
yeah.
bot while Just Saying went top, and it still worked out for NV. And that dive was exactly what we talked about. And Vi wasn't there for the counter gank, of course, because you know she was put low in the
Yep.
jungle. So great play by SA on Aatrox.
Yeah, I feel like this was set up from the beginning because even though TJS put that ward up in the top lane very early on, like we commented, they didn't see Renekton until they were committed to the red buff. So by then their bot lane had already gone B. And so this has been set up from the beginning by NV. They've really planned out this game well.
Yeah, just playing those simple mind games. Like you said, Renekton avoided the ward as well and then tried to delay the red. And delaying that red, making Vi use Smite was crucial in that right there. So
Yeah.
Renekton goes in, gets some damage as Aatrox comes into the top lane, but I
Ooh.
don't know if they'll be able to catch on to this one.
He's landed the slow, forces the flash out of boost, so that's pretty successful there. So SA is happy with that. Going to back out. Best AD carry, that definitely takes a lot of pressure off him now because he feels he's safe now. Obviously, they can't go for a dive without Zyra's flash, but she would need it in that situation.
Exactly. Aatrox has got another Doran's Blade as well, so avoiding those, or Renekton's going in right now, can they pick up a kill? I don't think they can.
Ooh. They've kind of spread the damage here
Yeah.
onto Frisia and to Boo. A lot of turnaround damage actually, but SA is going to be fine. Just back out of that one.
Still has that passive as well, but Vi was coming up the river, so he did get that pop. You know, he's immobile for a few seconds.
Yeah.
They'd probably be able to catch on him, but like you said, the damage was too spread. SA couldn't get in range of any of this CC.
Oh, but ADC is in trouble here. He's jumping onto Frisia, looking for a kill maybe as he goes down. Cell can't quite get him. Flash comes out of Frisia. Best AD carry can't find it, but Frisia can, and he picks up that kill.
Best AD carry actually waited a bit to use this move because that barrier was up. He waited for that barrier to die, but he just didn't have the damage because of the exhauster takedown Frieza.
Yeah.
So that was great play by TJS there to pick up a kill. This bot tower getting really low though from Snow and Pause, and that all comes from that early lane pressure, and they're just able to push the wave up. Kennan's having a really hard time.
Yeah, he is. That dive really put him far behind there. And no, 50 CS to 36 for these AD carries. So, you know, this is a big lead for Snow, especially down in that bot lane.
Especially because Snow picked up that kill. Well, they both picked up a kill, but you know, Snow hasn't gone back, whereas Frieza had to jump back because he was taken too low. And they're actually switching to the bot lane, but they're not going to be able to save this tower in time.
Yeah, I feel like that's a mistake. If you don't get the first tower, you don't really need to swap because obviously it's going to be the AD carry and support from Team Just Saying defending nothing now, whereas Envy, Snow, and Pause can just roam.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't leave the opposition's bot lane there to just farm because they will just keep pressuring Kennen as well. So because that TJS couldn't get any damage down on their top tower, it just makes it harder for Kennen. It makes it harder for them to get that gold as well.
Yeah. And this is really, you know, the whole point of the 2v1, to catch a team, you know, completely off guard here. And TJS really didn't have anything to deal with the 2v1 because of that level 1 dive coming out of Aatrox. Really nicely set up by Team NV. And it's really put them ahead here, 1,000 gold almost in the lead.
Yeah, and those mid laners heading level 6 now as well, so if the junglers hit level 6 soon as well, they're probably going to see some action in that mid lane, but Swain actually doing really well versus the Zed.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually surprised at how well he's done here. At level 7 to level 6. Very close on that XP though. And Envy Rain picked up the blue, so he's going to be happy in this mid lane just to push it out.
Because Vi couldn't really have an impact before Swain hit 6, Swain's really hard kill now. They do have the Ignite, but without all that damage, maybe the Vi ultimate as well, they might be able to take him down, but it's really hard for them to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's hitting 6 over the map. Sona's actually really low level, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I think she missed a lot of experience at the level 1, obviously, where she left lane to help with the red, and then again, just leaving the lane to ward. Kind of just adds up. But,
should be okay, they should just hit level 5, so just a little bit behind Zyra and Varus though, and once they hit that kind of wombo combo with the Chain of Corruption and the Stranglethorns, it's, you know, Vayne's got to be really quick on her feet.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking about being quick here, Team NV have started to slow down this game, and I feel like it might be a bit of a mistake. They've built an early lead, they don't want to give it away to Team Just Saying, because when you look at the mid-game fights out of these two teams, Just Saying does have a really impactful play. Nice combo setup as well, obviously, with the Assault and Battery, the Maelstrom, or Saiya.
Vi's raiding around, but as Vi's doing that in the bot lane, Aatrox just jumped over the wall, popped his ultimate, and stole the blue buff away. So great
Ooh,
pickup by him,
nice.
and Kennen has to be careful now.
Oh yeah, use the Electric Surge already, so be careful. There's the jump in by SA,
Oh,
nice
flash.
out of Kennen. The Maelstrom comes out as well. Not sure if they can chase him, too many stuns, but in the bot lane, we actually saw a kill coming out onto Vayne.
And Zyra hit 6 off the kill, so she didn't actually use that Stranglethorns, but Vi came in. They used the Chain of Corruption and the Vi ultimate as well, so that's what we're talking about, that CC that they have and that the utility in the bot lane and their jungler able to pick up kills on Vayne like that just because she can't escape the Assault and Battery. No one can, so nice pickup by Team Just Saying, and they get a dragon off that as well, but it only brings the gold to even.
But I think that's worth it for them, because obviously they're probably going to scale a little bit harder into this late game, and they've got to recover off this early game as well. You can see Vi, only a 36 CS, really struggling to Aatrox right now. He's only about the same CS, but because he's got that assist gold, and he's just had such a stronger early game, a lot more buffs especially, he's had a lot of free reign over the map.
Yeah, Vi still has the gold lead because of that dragon, but the experience lead is over to SA. You can't really see it now because they're both level 7, but he does have that slight experience lead just from stealing those buffs, like you said.
Yeah.
And he seems to be putting a lot more pressure in the lanes, so he might not be getting as much CS or as much of the experience, but he's just putting a lot of pressure into the lanes, which just making everybody a bit more wary.
Yeah. But you know, since the lane swap has kind of switched back, Brattles on Kennen has done a much better job farming up. He's starting to build a lead over best AD carry. And surprisingly, well, not surprisingly because you called it in Champ Select, but Renekton not doing so great against the Kennen.
Yeah, of course, Kennen's going to farm a bit better, but as you can see what Renekton's doing now, he's just going to let Kennen push that wave. And with the Giant Spell, the Doran Shield, the Cloth Armor, he's not taking damage now from those auto attacks as he scales up and gets more armor per level.
Yeah.
So he's doing fine now, and he'll sit there and farm quite happily as well. As you see, the CS will come back to even now because Kennen pushed that wave. So yeah, those two will just be trying to farm it up because without that jungle pressure like before, you probably won't see a gank. So yeah. Kennen gets his harass down, but Renekton goes back in. They're just trading damage, just being 2 bruises at the moment, as we usually see in that top lane, so not too much action there.
Yeah, but Envy Reigns, Snow, and SA going to be looking to push out this mid tower. Sona joins the party as well, so it's a 4v1 and ballsy. Oh, nothing he can do there, so that's another objective taken by Team NV. 2 towers to 0 now. But the gold lead, only about 700, so not actually that big.
That was really quick by MV. Just, you know, they lost that dragon. They realized that, and they just grouped up and got that mid tower. Because Swain's actually doing really well at the moment, so they just quickly switched it up and picked that one up. And as you see, Team Just Saying arrived now to try counter that and get a mid tower. But everyone should still be around. Vayne will go farm. Sona will be here. Aatrox will come down after the buff, and they should be able to defend this.
Ooh, not too sure. Rain doesn't have any kind of blue buff. Popping the ultimate there. Nice snare going down as well. SA, there's going to be a crescendo coming on as well. Catches on to only 2 people. Cell will fall over straight away, but Sona will as well. SA still has the passive to save his life, but Rain, about half mana, half health. I'm not sure if they can defend this, Mr. Benz.
If they can clear the wave really quick, they should be able to.
Ooh, 2 Mortos will do it. Rain's going deep for this. Nice jump in by SA, but he's going to be put into his passive right there. Rain needs to be careful as well. Deathmark comes out of Ballsy, jumping so deep into that tower. Not going to be able to pick it up, and Rain catches that kill.
Oh, Renekton's down here as well. He picks up the kill on the Zyra. He's chasing on Varus right now. He's used all his CDs, so he doesn't have the stun available. He's got 3 seconds. Can he catch him before the tower? He could probably die.
Oh, nice flash.
Oh.
Yeah. Was about half a second off that stun right at the end there. But this is an opportunity for Brattles on Kennen in the top lane. Push down that tower. Get some, you know, objective lead for his team happening. But Cell's coming in here to disrupt this mid lane. Going to be able to do it successfully.
They lose a lot. Look at those minions in the bot wave. So Varus or someone's missing out on all that experience and gold in that lane right now. Just because the pressure from NV in this middle lane. And Renekton responded really well. You know, Vayne went back down to farm to push that wave. And Renekton coming into the backline there was really well done, and like we talked about pre-game, Swain was able to survive on like 100 HP just because that little bit of sustain through the death mark. So really well done by them. And SA didn't fall either. He got the Bloodwell procced, but he was fine. So well done to NV responding to that and not losing their tower that's sitting on about 123 health, so that'll fall fairly soon.
Yeah.
Really need Varus to be on point with a hail of arrows when Swain is channeling that bird form, so just to stop that healing, to reduce that healing so he can't live through the death mark next.
Team NV really need to be careful now. I feel we're kind of getting to that 14-minute stage, 15-minute stage where Just Saying's team really start building up as soon as Brattles can find some time to start roaming down. Envy's going to have to be a bit careful there. They're going to pick up the mid tower, so that brings it 2-1 on towers. But a snare going to land on the Boo. This could be a fight going in. Lots of damage on Snow, and that's the curse. Sorry, the Chains of Corruption's coming out of Frieza.
The junglers just ran past each other then as well. Both had eyes on that mid lane and just ran past each other in the river, so that was pretty funny to watch. But
yeah.
A nice pick up on the tower by TJS. And that top tower is really low as well. So they're trying to respond to this pressure that NV's putting on. NV's reacting really quick to objectives, which is what I like to see from teams. They're working really well as a team, but Team Just Saying, you know, we've seen them play some really good matches and they're not slouching at all. Nearly got that top tower, and they know that dragon timer, so that's about 20 seconds from now. Let's see if they can respond to that.
Yeah, I feel like Team Just Saying, though, have really kind of fell behind when it comes to dealing with that top lane. Renekton is becoming a huge issue right now because he's just getting more tanky, and as soon as he starts to come down as well, he's just going to be a huge beast in these fights. Alternatively, as well, he can just stay in that top lane and push it. I don't feel like Brattles can really push him out of this lane.
Yeah, if you press X really quickly, though, and see how much gold Brattles has got, he hasn't backed at all. Like, I think he hasn't gone back since he switched lanes there, so he's got a lot of gold in his pocket right now, and he's keeping his tower alive, which is the main thing.
But it's because best AD carry isn't letting him leave, though, you know? He has control of this top lane.
Oh, he left before, and Brattles stayed to get all that damage down onto the tower, so...
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't need to go back at the moment. He's saving for that ticket item, and that's great for Kennen. And once he has that, like a Zonya's probably, he'll be able to just roam now and join fights. But the dragon's been started by TJS, and this could be risky as they get
coming in from behind. SA jumps in, not sure if he got it or not. No, it's going to be Vayne picking that up. Boo going to fall over as well. Cell going deep. Deathmark comes out onto Snow, but they can't actually find that kill. Flashes back to his team. Nice jump there, but does get taken out. Cell in trouble now as he gets ganged up on 3v1. Going to try and get out with the Vault Breaker. SA follows, doesn't catch him, but it's a 3-for-1, Mr. Benz.
Yeah, that was a big mistake by TJS. They knew they were around, and a great close-in by NV, and they didn't get the dragon, but they picked up 3 kills for 1 off that, and Vayne nearly survived through the Z Vi burst as well, so that's kind of scary for TJS.
Yeah, that's a big deal right there. Luckily for them, they did get the dragon. It didn't get stolen by SA. It's a little bit slow. I'm not sure if he had Smite up.
Oh, he jumped in just at that. It was a bit too slow. But when he jumped in, it was perfect anyway, because Sona came in and landed a great crescendo onto Varus and Zara, and they got blown up instantly. Vayne was kind of left alone, but you know, Swain and Aatrox went through and were able to pick up the extra kill onto Zed.
Yeah.
This is great team play by NV.
Yeah. And Sona actually had an Oracle as well to set that one up, so there was no vision of that engage from the side. It was really important for Envy right there, but best AD carry actually going a bit deep here on Brattles. Slicing Maelstrom popped out, and the Ignite came out as well. So that's going to force him away. Dominus popped as well. Lightning Surge, so Chase gets the stun. Could actually be going for a kill here, but no, best AD carry going to turn it around. He has the Ignite now. Slice Dice, misses the dice, but does catch the kill. Oh, flash damage over time from the Dominus, picks up the kill.
Wow, that was an exciting fight. It looks like they're going for a Baron right now. Can they get a Baron right now? Vi and Zed are back. There's no ward to the area.
Oh, best AD carry, be careful! The Baron might be able to take him out right there. He's only got about 200 health. But SA going to be able to tank that one on. Snow actually tanking the Baron, which is not what they want to do. She needs to be putting down the damage. Paul's going to grab that one. Baron's going to be taken out here at 18 minutes 30.
Wow.
Whoa, that's big.
That's a huge pickup. And with the Swain and Vayne, they had the sustain. Swain could tank it because Aatrox, you know, he's pretty squishy with that build. The double, all he has is 2 Doran's Blade and a Ruby Crystal with a Spirit Stone. He's not tanky, he doesn't have any damage at all. So an 18-minute Baron is huge for them as they go out on the red buff.
Going so deep, nice crescendo as well, coming on to two people. Cell in trouble as he goes deep, but the focus is on to Zed, sorry. He's in trouble, nice grasping roots coming out. Stranglethorns as well, ices that team fight. Boo successfully gets his mid lane around.
It was great by Boo to keep Bullseye alive right there, and that was really risky by TJS. They thought that NV were backing off after that Baron, but they had the ward seen him go through their jungle and managed to pick up yet another kill on Cell, so it's not having the best of games so far.
Yeah, really struggling here. As you can see, 4-9, and the gold lead slowly getting bigger here for NV. They managed to hold on to that snowball they started, I feel. You know, there was a risk at one stage where they could have lost it, but they did keep it rolling. So they've done a fantastic job to stay into this one. And Team just saying, they need to change something up right here. Brattle's in trouble. Best AD carry going to chunk him down to about half health.
Yeah, Renekton's finished the Brutalizer as well, which is kind of interesting. You've got Sunfight and the Brutalizer, so that's huge. The Baron just gives them so much pressure now, and they probably want to group up and use it though. Probably get another inner tower, like the mid tower. You know, Dragon isn't up for a while as well, so
Yep.
I feel they can keep Renekton top. That's fine. Keep best AD carry top, but probably the rest of them should group up because they're a lot stronger. Even without the Baron, they're ahead at the moment, and they can probably force those objectives.
Yeah.
Oh, is Vise in the top lane? Can they catch on to Renekton? They won't have the damage to get it, I don't feel.
Does go with a Vault Breaker, but Brattle's is too low, realizes can't fight because the Domus can be popped. And he might get dominated. So, with that said, going to be the island resuming its play up there. SA actually joining it. Maybe push out that tower. But the problem there, well, the one saving grace for TJS right here is obviously going to be the Varus. You know, Piercing Shot can take out creep waves, and Zyra on top of that makes it so hard to dive them.
Yeah, they have great wave clear, and yeah, all that CC it makes. Oh, it was stolen! Cell got that. Cell got it with the smite. That was great. He used the Vault Breaker to get in range and stole it with the smite.
Oh, the blue, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that was great.
Wow. But look at this. Split push coming out now. Team NV. They know they can't dive, but they can split. So Snow just sitting down in that bot lane. Gonna put a lot of pressure down there. He doesn't have wards,
and no one can go dual Snow at the moment. He's just way too strong. Usually you would said like Bullseye on Zed to go deal with it, but is all the engage coming in?
Oh, whoa! Actually pushes SA aside as he goes to jump in, but Cell gonna eat that one as he falls over. Oh, that was interesting. SA tried to jump. The Assault and Battery pushed him aside mid-lane.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's what happens if group up. They could group up with this Baron, and they can just force objectives now. They can win the pretty much put themselves in a position now to close the game from this Baron. They can get all those outer towers, which they've only got one left though, and then they can really start working on inhibitor towers.
Yep.
Still got, oh, they got long on that Baron buff, about another 10-15 seconds, but you know, Dragon's going to respawn soon. They can pick up more global gold for the team, and they're just pushing that gold lead out with the kills with the extra towers, and they're about 7k at the moment.
Yep. And talking about global gold as well, Zyra is about 1,000 gold behind Sona. So that's a huge difference when it comes to the global gold. And yeah, that's just coming, well, that's seeing itself on the map with vision wards, as well as oracles coming out of Sona. He's doing a fantastic job of that for Team NV, making sure that everything is revealed all the time. It needs to be.
Yeah, Boo's done the right thing on picking up an oracles, just because they've lost all those towers now. Like they know the jungle's going to be watered. They're already losing all their jungle to this Aatrox counter jungling. So it's great by Boo to pick up that oracle and try to clear some of it. But as we said, they pop a dragon and they might catch onto.
Ooh, slow just missing. Doesn't quite catch onto
Oh,
Cell. He actually turns around. That was a mistake. SA gonna pop the ultimate and Cell gets taken out really quickly there by best ADC. Dominus has been popped though, so not sure if they can use the rest of that.
Oh,
nice! Swain's there onto Boo. That'll secure the kill onto Syra. Oh, so unfortunate for her, but brilliantly placed by Rain.
If she had those boots, probably could have got out of it. Just caught it right on the edge as well. But here's the pressure. They don't even have Baron anymore, but they're so far ahead that they can. Just that early 18-minute Baron just gave them this lead where they can.
Yeah.
They can win the game. And Kennen stayed up top and got that tower, but you know they're gonna lose an inhibitor off it, which is totally not worth it.
Yeah, while best ADC leaves the top lane, he does pick up the tower and inhibitor. So, Brattles, he's playing a responsive game here. He's playing the game of best ADC, and that's not what he wants to be doing. He wants to be taking the initiative here because he is the initiator for his team.
Yeah, and with all that gold, He picked up an interesting build. He didn't go straight for the Zonyas. He went for the Haunting guys and then couldn't finish the Zonyas because he got the Home Guards as well.
Yeah.
So he spent a lot of gold without completing a full item. Haunting guys is good, but you know, it's not a big item like a Zonyas or an Abyssals. Which is kind of interesting. So he'll have to stay a bit back until he's only about 400 gold off that Zonyas. But still, you know, they can't team fight just yet, and that Baron's going to respawn in about a minute. And for Kennen initiating, he kind of needs the Zonyas Hourglass if he's going to be team fighting.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need that.
It's interesting as well. Aatrox is he's going to go for that Ravenous Hydra, and Swain has picked up a Medjay's.
Oh wow.
So,
I mean, he's pretty farmed right now. He's 504. Interesting.
Oh,
Fight coming here. SA doesn't know. He's going to get jumped on. Deathmark comes out as well. Jumps over the wall. Flashes as well. But he actually gets put into his passive. Going to revive. Bryles to chase that one up. Gets juked out and runs the wrong way. But SA is in so much trouble. Saving Private Ryan. No, it's going to be Assault and Battery. Picks that up. Best ADC going to pop the Dominus to go in there. Rest of the team not coming. Nice crescendo. Locking up 3 people. That was beautiful. And it's going to be raining from the side as well to try and get him out. Nice exhaust onto Brattles. Now Snow joining the fight to take him out. Double for Renekton. Triple coming out. What a fight. They pick up the ace. Pause with an absolutely amazing crescendo.
They used the surrender vote's gone out, the GG's have gone out, but they just used way too ultimate. Like 3 ultimates trying to take down SA, and you know, when Best AD Carry and the rest of NV arrived, they had nothing to fight them off with apart from the Kennen ultimate and the Stranglethorns, and it just wasn't enough, and they just crushed them really hard. And that turning point was that 18-minute Baron. Whoever made that call was a genius. That was just a great call, and well played to NV.
So, off the back of that godly team fight and play by NV Pause, planning that came out for that game as well, Team Just Saying are in trouble now because they're 1 down in the best of 3 series for this CGPL match between Team NV and Team Just Saying. So stay with us because we'll be right back with game number 2. Shout out to the sponsors as well, AMD, BenQ, G-Skill, M-Wave, Sound Blaster, and Western Digital. I'm Place with Mr. Benz, and this is Team Down TV's coverage of CG Pro League. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Team Down TV's coverage of the CG Pro League. Game 2 now between Team NV and Team Just Saying. I'm Place with Mr. Benz for this one. So we've got some bans coming out straight away. It's going to be Shen taken away by Team NV and Vane this time round by Team Just Saying. Not wanting to deal with that powerhouse coming out of Snow.
I don't know if Vane was left alone for a lot of the game. That's why she became so strong. And the mind games that NV played with that 2v1 switch. I don't feel that Vane was the big catalyst in that win for them. Swain, Aatrox as well in the jungle. He played great. He counter jungled. He got his ganks off correctly. The early dive, like you said, was great. Swain was able to keep Zed under control as well. He didn't do much. He wasn't flashy or anything, but you know he kept Zed under control, and Zed just couldn't kill or roam from that lane. So it was a great shutdown by Rain there.
But, you know, new game here as well. We're seeing Ari banned out again by Team NV. They banned it out in the first match as well. Corgi banned out, and TJS, they banned that as well. Mordekaiser was the last ban for NV right here. I have no clue what the deal behind that is. I'll be honest here.
They wanted to spell Sam? I'm not sure. The Mordekaiser ban could be a secret strat from TJS. Not sure, but...
yeah.
And the Zed being banned out, so they don't want that being picked up by MV for that first pick. Because we have seen Rain play Zed as well in a couple of tournaments ago, so... Oh, that leaves Kassadin open, and they've first picked it though. You've got to be really confident to first pick Kassadin.
Yeah, because he doesn't even have options for lane swaps here, so he's pretty much going to be in that mid lane for sure. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a risky pick, and like I said, you've got to be really confident on that Kassadin, and well, you just got to rely on your team a lot, which shows a lot from MV. They play great as a team, so no problems there. Of course, SA was great in the jungle. I'm sure he'll play Kassadin a lot of attention in the mid lane.
Yeah.
It just leaves yourself open to a pick like this, where you can pick base and just harass Kassadin down. Even put your 80 carry support mid as well. Which shuts down Kassadin really hard. He can't roam, he can't farm, so he just becomes useless. For a while, but he's always there. The Jace.
I think for the mid lane though, it's confidence not really in your own play. It's more confidence in your jungler to queue up here. And you know, obviously, Rain and SA definitely have that synergy, but it could be a Shaco locked in here by SA. That would be very interesting. I haven't seen a Shaco in a long time, and he locks it in.
Well, I was going to say he did great on Aatrox, and that's still over. I don't know why he did that one back up, but. Obviously feeling comfortable and going to grab that Shaco, and this is where the synergy comes in. Like Kassadin's not very good early game, but Shaco is really good early game. So, you know, you've got to be really careful of those stealth ganks coming in, and he causes so much trouble just in any lane if he can jump in, and he's great counter jungler. And
they've locked in Tryndamere, Mr. Benz.
Oh,
that
no.
actually got through. It was banned out in the first match by TJS. And this time it got through. So that one's going to go on to... it's going to be on to best AD carry. So he's not actually going to swap that because he has locked that in. But that is... that's going to be a huge issue right there for TJS. Because they're going to have to try and deal with that split push monster.
Yeah, but NV don't have the early game power which they had now. And they've only got their bot lane left to pick. Shaco will give them a bit of that early game pressure, but... You know, Tryndamere just wants to split push and farm all day. Kassadin kind of wants to roam, but you know, he has to be safe in that mid lane first to get that item. He only needs like a Rod of Ages, and Kassadin can start roaming, of course, and he just has so much kill potential just with one item. Stack up that tiers, get a Rod of Ages, and he'll be fine. On my screen, there's Lucian being hovered over. I don't know if
he's swapped that for Caitlyn at the last moment.
There we go.
Yeah, we're not big fans of Lucian right here. He definitely doesn't fit this meta. To be honest. But
his ultimate is horrible, let's be frank. His ultimate is horrible. He's got pretty good damage, but just his ultimate is just trash, I'm just going to say it.
Ben's hitting that one home, but...
He's a trash AD carry.
We got a Lease locked in here as well, so that's the probably going to be the jungler coming out for TJS. And that's going to work really nice. They've got a lot of CC harass. They're going for a Siege poke comp here, which I like out of TJS because... As long as they have their last pick, which is going to be their top laner, as long as he can deal with the split push, their team comp's going to be fine and work really well.
Definitely.
Malphite here. They
Elise
need
was
to go
banned
for something,
out last time.
maybe a Vladimir here, Mr. Benz. Something that can deal with the split push out of Trinity.
Yeah, Malphite could do okay, but Tryndamere can still farm really well versus a Malphite. It's not a very strong pick. Malphite's more for that engage, and with an Ezreal and a Shark, all those, well, all of them but Sona have a jump away.
Yeah.
So Malphite's not the best pick in my opinion.
Yeah, TJS, you really need to think about this. Because the thing is as well, if they go for a poke siege comp here, they have nothing to stop the split push potential out of Shaco as well as Tryndamere. And even Kassadin to a lesser extent, but they don't have anything to do with a split push here, so yeah. It's gonna be Jace in the top lane actually. Now Braddles, he's been playing Jace since before it was cool. Played him from release competitively a lot, and he kind of coined the phrase "Jace wins the race" that I've kind of mentioned a few times. I gotta give the shout out there. It's a nice line. But he's gonna be playing that in the top lane, and if I was best AD carry right here, you gotta respect the Jace that's gonna come out of Braddles. I'm gonna talk him up, and hopefully he doesn't fall on his face.
Yeah, Jace actually does really well versus Tryndamere as well. Just because of the poke, it's like versing a Kassadin. It's exactly the same. You've got the poke, but like a range versus melee, and you're actually really good. If Tryndamere decides to engage in you, you can just knock him back with that hammer. So that's actually a really nice pick. I like that TJS didn't put that mid, and they picked up the Orianna, who does great versus Kassadin as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think every Orianna we see farms like a beast. She's so easy to farm on. As well if she picks up a Chalice or if she goes that route, but it's still really risky for TJS just because, again, NV picks such a mobile team in their team comp, and then they got Pause on Sona again, who was great with crescendos last game. They were spot on. Every crescendo hit multiple targets, not just one target, hit multiple targets, especially that one in the top lane where it locked up 3 in a bush.
Right before the surrender. Oh,
yep,
incredible.
It was amazing. So
what I like here though, Mr. Benz, is Orianna's picked up the teleport. Now that's going to help in a few situations, but mostly it's going to set up a lot of kill potential for their bot lane, because Ezreal Sona, it's the only standard pickups I feel. The rest of the team is kind of interesting the way Shaco is going to work, but yeah, with Elise especially on the jungle and Thresh in that bot lane, teleport ganks are going to be huge for Ballsy.
Yeah, it's kind of risky though. You kind of picked the teleport to counter Kassadin's roam, of course. Kassadin's not going to be able to roam too much, but once he hits level 8 or 9, he will start being a nuisance to Orianna, and he can probably kill Orianna. Orianna doesn't have, I wouldn't say the best kill potential by herself, especially if Cell comes in on Elise, that's guaranteed. A lot of CC, a lot of damage, the percentage damage coming down.
Yeah.
But that's probably why she picked up teleport, just to help her team out from the Kassadin roam, even the Shaco roam as well. Shaco's a jungler, but the Shaco ganks, I should say. And yeah, this takes away a lot of kill potential from Orianna. I know it helps out the team, but we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of iffy about it, but it should be good.
So Envy had a really amazing planning for the previous game. Can't really highlight that enough, I feel, Mr. Benz. They did a fantastic job. They knew what they were doing all the way up until probably about the 10-minute mark, I'd say. Which is something we don't ever see, really, out of these Oceania teams. So this time around, they picked up Shaco, and I doubt they're going into this one blind. What do you think they have prepared for the early game?
Well, you look over at those picks, and you can just see how mobile they are. Like, especially the Ezreal pick, just so he knows that he's going to be left alone in fights, and they're just going to be jumping in, and if Kassadin jumps in with Shaco first, they, just without Tryndamere there, they have a plan that they can still pick up a kill really easily, and Ezreal can still stay safe. If anything does get through, I'm sure Pause has got that finger on the crescendo button, no problem. And it's just a really mobile combo. I don't see much early. I think they'll let Shaco do his thing, as a Shaco does. Like, he'll just steal buffs, counter jungle, get those early ganks in. Try to get those snowballing champs like Tryndamere and Kassadin ahead early. That's what Shaco's there for. It's like an Eve jungle, which we see a lot more of than Shaco these days. It's kind of a I don't really want to say it's kind of a solo queue team that you're seeing from NV.
Yeah,
With the
it's
Tryndamere, Shaco,
it's so
Cassidy.
interesting though because the performance we saw last time with the 3v1 dive has only really just popped up in the last 3 or 4 days because of Worlds. So it's really interesting. Team NV, I was expecting more, I have to say, but then again, they might actually be going into this with a plan, and they might know what they want to do with Shaco. And I'd like to see him pressure on the mid lane, force a flash early from Orianna, and then start securing kills for Kassadin. I don't feel like he'll have the same kill potential up top lane against Jace, at least not early, but he definitely does have it for mid lane.
Yeah, and don't forget, Elise and Cell is a super strong jungler, and especially on like a pick like Elise, he's just super strong. So he can get lanes ahead as well, or he can get himself ahead really early, and especially versus like a Tryndamere and a Kassadin who don't have those escapes or the endless rage early. So if he gets into those lanes and puts a lot of pressure, again, like we talked about last game, it's a lot about the jungle pressure. They don't have the dive potential, of
Yep.
course. Elise does with the repel, but kind of interesting. And the dives are something we've seen early on in the season with the Taric Jarvan combo. If you remember, with the armor buff,
Yep.
they could just
Yeah.
dive a tower. But then they changed that, and then they changed the tower damage as well. So the dives fell away for a little bit, but now you see like people picking up these junglers like Aatrox and Zac and just abusing those passives, and the Elise as well with the repel to get those dives still in. But
yeah, I think Elise and Aatrox though, they definitely are designed for that play. Zac to a lesser extent, and that's probably why we're not seeing him, because obviously the blobs can get killed. But of course, as you said, repel as well as the passive from Aatrox work. So maybe Cell actually, maybe he's going for the 3v1 dive here. Maybe this time it'll be TJS going for the swap. Time will tell though as we get onto the Rift. Let's take a look at this early game. We saw a mirror strategy coming out last time. So what's going to happen this time?
I'm probably actually expecting standard lanes. You don't want to chuck Tryndamere in 2v1, and Jace does well against Tryndamere. Caitlyn will do great against Ezreal. Orianna, Kassadin, they're standard. They're going to be in the mid lane, but
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see a lane swap, and they're just going to rely on that jungle pressure to really have an impact on this game.
Yeah, but the question is, will TJS do the swap? Have the Elise?
Yeah, they could go for those. It's still risky with Elise, but she does great. It's just standard lanes. She does great as well. And so does Shaco. Shaco wants the standard lanes, but Elise would do great as well. You don't want to dive, even with the repel. They have Ezreal waiting this time. Oh,
Nope. Doesn't find
just
anything
missed.
with that. But TJS do. So Snow has to be careful now. King's coming out absolutely everywhere. Cell going to be seen by that ward up there behind red, so Snow's going to back out. And that kind of just ends the party on TJS's level 1. They're going to have to reset this. But look at that. Lots of wards over the red buffs of both teams.
Tryndamere and Jace are going to run into each other.
Yeah, they're going to go at it. Brattle's just going to run here. S80 carry actually getting a lot of damage, takes him low. Nice body block as well, making him do an extra step. And that's going to get best ADC with 2 more hits. So Jace popping potions already.
Well, Jace probably had time to back. He would have lose like a couple of minions at grants, but I know that's risky versus the Tryndamere, but he's already strong in that lane, and burning those pots, especially with just the fairy charm, is kind of risky. I felt he just should have backed really.
Yeah.
He should be okay.
I think you'll be
He's back
alright.
to full health, yeah.
Best
Interesting
ADC,
as well.
just going to try and farm up as well as Brattles.
Sometimes you see a Tryndamere, or most of the time you see a Tryndamere start that red pot, but he's jumping in, gets the crit.
Oh. Ouch.
Oh, here comes the gank bot lane.
A lot of trouble there. Cell looking for it, gets bite, but the hook just missing. Nice flash out of Snow.
Very nice flash. That hook could have came out earlier. I was a bit wondering why that one was so delayed, but nonetheless, nice play coming out of JS.
So, that sets the standard for the game right there, at least with the first gank. But it's the counter jungle. Oh, not the counter. The counter jungle out of Shaco. Gonna try and pick up the race as well.
So at least picked up the blue buff, so they both just traded blue buffs pretty much. And Sharko, instead of going to check his own, just went the race, so that risky move. At least going to stick around for a bit and try counter jungle a bit more. So trying to get some payback from the last game.
Yeah.
Ezreal
Oh
and
no.
Ezreal and Sona
SA
had to go to golems.
SA is sitting here on boxes. Oh man, this is such an old strategy. He's not committing.
Oh
Oh,
no, he's
he
just gonna
didn't
miss it.
commit. Oh, he just had to stay another 10 or so seconds. Cell is going to get chunked though. Actually repels up. Nice choice there, but SA puts the damage onto Bullseye. Just pressuring around the map now.
Nice ward by Bullseye as well, just knows that, you know, Shaka was around. Shaka is looking for a release right now. But we just could have stuck around. If he just had that little bit more patience, could have stuck around, but... Oh no, here we go. We can see something here.
This does feel like a solo queue game. SA is kind of going at this alone, trying to win the jungle. Puts the box down. Cell's going to go straight into it. Flashes just before it pops, so that saved his life.
Oh, he's got back in.
Deceive back in. Ignite. Oh, Repel goes up. He actually still takes damage over time while up there. Gets taken out. SA with the first blood, all by himself.
No idea why Cell went back in. He flashed out and then went back into the jungle. He should have just based there under the tower. He would have been fine, but a nice pickup by SA. We said just to be a little bit more patient.
Bullsey's in trouble. That's the crit. Actually, it's not too bad. Dissonance comes out, but he gets chunked down so hard.
Yeah, Shako just refreshed his buffs as well off Cell, so he's going to be even more of a terror for a couple more minutes now, so got to be careful of him. And his red buff is still up, so... Oh no, at least it's left a minion, sorry about that.
Oh, gonna land onto pause though? No follow-up right there from either team. Which is interesting. I feel like Freezer definitely has a lot of damage to follow this up. Snow, obviously going to take a while to scale into this. Palin's actually falling behind in minions. Obviously has to pick up this wave though, so never mind. In the mid lane though, Rain in a little bit of trouble. Stun going to come out. Nice ball coming in from Bullseye as well. No dissonance, it was on cooldown. That just cost them a kill, Mr. Benz.
Yeah, and that's that ignite kill potential I was talking about earlier. We see it a lot when players pick up teleport. You're just like 100 HP off, or an ignite would have picked up that kill, so kind of unlucky for them.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Caitlyn took a lot of damage in the bot lane just then from Ezreal, on point with those skill shots. Snow and Pause are a great duo as well, so...
Yeah, definitely. And you know, unfortunately in the last match, they didn't really get to... Or they did get to show it off for a little bit, but then they ended up kind of just solo farming the bot lane. Hook comes out, gonna miss Pause, only just there. So, you know, Boo's playing this pretty aggressively, but it's not paying off yet.
Oh, nice. Braddles picks up the kill on Tryndamere in the top lane there, just trading too much. A great poke by him as well, he had little mana and was able to pick up kills, so I don't know if you guys caught that one or missed that one, but that was a great kill by Braddles in that top lane.
So I guess that means Jace did win the race.
He's living up to that high place.
Just a little bit, but in the bot lane, gank comes out. Nice hook onto Pause, keeps him in there. Pills over Peacemaker, just misses, and that's going to be the flash. But no, the follow it. There's the bite. TJS Cells picks it up. Nice barrier out of Freesia, but he's in trouble. Snow coming in. Nice play. Oh, he walks back into the Mystic Shot, gets taken out. Boo now in trouble because Snow is looking for it. But down here, SA was chasing out onto Cell. Cell does escape. Only just, though.
Both junglers rocking up at the same time there, picking up a kill apiece. Kind of unlucky that Ezreal couldn't pick up another kill. Kassadin getting a lot of damage down onto Orianna as well, and this is where he starts to be a problem.
Oh, Cell has overcommitted here. Repel up. Nice barrier by Snow. Baits that one.
Wow.
Does pick up the kill, only just. But man, that was outplay. That was an outplay.
Really well played by Snow, and great play by SA just being there at the right time. You know, Snow fell, but he got there, managed to pick up a kill for Snow, and then of course Snow just picked up another kill, so... Great play by NV once again, who were just pulling ahead ever so slightly, as they did last game.
Does feel like it was way less planned here though. SA is kind of just, they've pretty much said, have Shaco, do your thing. You know, we're not worried about what you're doing in the jungle. And that's pretty much how it's been, you know, he's got the early kill on onto Cell earlier on. But other than that, he's kind of just walked around the jungle, doing his own thing.
With that gold as well, Braddles actually picked up Brutalizer, so he's not going to have that tears really early. Interesting. Maybe one of the damage versus Tryndamere, who's picked up that Cutlass. Interesting for me, because that tears takes longer to stack now on Jace. That's why he kind of fell apart. But Kassadin getting just damage down, and then avoiding the Orianna damage when that silence wears off.
Yep.
But so let's be careful, Tryndamere's found her in the jungle.
Oh yeah, Cell's in trouble. Repel up. That pretty much just means you're about to die right there.
Crit.
Brattles, can he turn it around? Gets the knockback. Actually, Cell living with only a few health. Best ADC looks for it. Gets hit with a shock blast. There's the chicken. Oh, turns around for the bite. Make sure he can get an assist. Hopefully, Brattles can pick this one up because he wants that kill. And there it's going to be. Grabs it. Actually, nice. Ballsy picks it up. But meanwhile, though, SA steals the blue buff.
And this is what he did last game when he's seen the jungler, you know, in a lane. He just went and counter jungled, and he just shut down a lot of what Cell wanted to do and took a lot of Cell's farm. So
yeah,
did a great job there. And the best AD carry went kind of deep.
Who's in trouble though? Flay comes out. Pause doesn't have a crescendo, but Snow beasts that damage with the ignite coming up Shaco, and they pick up that kill nice and easy.
Yeah, almost too easy there. Picking up a very nice kill. Shaco's level 6, so they can get this dragon as well. Just get that clone to put down the extra damage, or switch the aggro if you really want to.
Yep, I like that.
As you can see there, he's just got it from behind. Kassadin going into Orianna again, just trading so well. And like we said about the confidence in your Kassadin play, and he's doing amazing at the moment, Rain, on that Kassadin. He's winning in CS as well, so
yeah.
Great play by him.
This is something you can't really afford to do when you're up against Kassadin.
Brattles and best AD carry going at it. Both ignites have
nice juke! This ADC does pick it up though. Oh. Unfortunate for Brattles, but best ADC. Probably playing that a bit better. The attack move obviously doing quick work of that bush juke.
It cut off his escape as well, which made Jace have to run into those bushes, and as Tryndamere was able to use those crits to get that extra damage down. Tryndamere's already back at full health with that cutlass and the sustain from his inner rage, or the bloodlust. Sorry.
Now that he's started to build those key items, he's in split push mode right here. Leveling up the Q, followed by the E, pretty standard, but just picking up all the CS.
He's actually running lifesteal runes as well, which is very interesting on a Tryndamere top. As Elise is going in, but that ultimate is back up. She should know this from Brattles as he's going in on it. Oh, nice repel.
I feel like Cell probably could have baited that a bit longer. Brattles was just arriving back to the lane, being able to set up a kill. But it's not
never know though. But he could crit once, and that could be it. So you don't kind of want to try and keep Tryndamere around, and that endless rage had just come back up, so he would have died for the kill and probably like sacrificed himself anyway. So
yeah.
Tryndamere's not too fussed about that. He'll be very happy with a kill. So a nice repel to get away from that one. Better to be safe than sorry in that case.
So everything kind of slows down here. Shaco picks up his red buff. He's only level 8 here, so just a little bit ahead of Cell. Picked up the Mobies though, so that's going to help him around. Freezer in a bit of trouble. Snow comes in. Lantern comes out. Just to give him, grabs that point blank. Crescendo hits him at max range, and that's going to be the True Shot barrage hitting them. Boo in trouble now as well. He might fall over. Pause taking the tower. Nice job as support, just sitting there. Rain comes in from the side, doesn't get an assist, but NV pulling a huge lead now, 8-3.
Yeah, just way too strong this early game, and this is where Shaco has to have his impact, and he's done brilliantly. You know, you fall off on Shaco if you don't get your team ahead in that early game, and he's doing really well. Pause has to be careful. Ezreal taking the tower as well, so they're all taken really low. Orianna has teleport. She needs to teleport. She's teleporting now.
Nice repel as well. This could be a big thing right here. Nice shockwave. That'll be the venomous bite. Picks up the first kill onto Ezreal. Snow falls down. SA trying to run. He's out of there. He's got those mobility boosts. Nice stun coming out of Cell though onto Pause. No follow up though.
In the top lane as well. They're going at it again. Tryndamere is going to die this with the endless raids. There's no ignite up for Brattles, so he's not able to pick up the kill though. Couple hundred HP. Kassadin's going in on this though in the blue buff. Can he pick up a kill? The barrier popped. Oh no, the ultimate. Nice. Really well done.
Yeah, ace on the hole wasn't even needed. Reza plays that one nicely. But Kassadin, you know, Rain, that was his first time really leaving that mid lane, and not much to show for it.
There's a great teleport coming out of Ballsy, and that's where the impact from teleport really, you know, well, you have to have the impact with it, and the 3-man dive where everyone was half health, that just, Orianna just licked her lips and went down there and picked up a kill. Nice shockwave, picked up a kill, and then Kassadin got a bit too greedy in the jungle there. Oh, he's gonna die.
Oh, that damage out of SA gets him in the air. Oh, that's brutal. That's rough.
So they just make that. You just got to be careful. You can never see Shaka coming, especially with that ignite as well. So he gets that extra damage down. And S8 is playing this really well. 3-0 and 3 right now on that Shaka.
The only issue I see though is that he hasn't snowballed his team much. You know, honestly, we just saw a huge comeback play from TJS. Shaco's not really going to scale into the late game, so he needs to start split pushing here, but he can't do it because they have a Tryndamere who wants to split push, so it's a huge problem for their team right now.
He actually did really well getting Ezreal. Ezreal's already finished that Triforce, and that's thanks to Shaco, to be honest. He did great paying attention to that bot lane. He hasn't even gone top. He just did really well in getting that bot lane ahead, and he counter jungled great as well. Caitlyn stole the blue buff just then as NV. Oh no, the
Rain gets hooked back in, Crescendo over the wall. Oh, it is enough. He jumps through the wall. Ace in the hole comes out. No, he does get picked up by at least. Cell in trouble though. SA joins the fight from the side. The clone as well picks it up. That was beautiful micromanagement right there. He's just juking them around. Oh, he sends in the fake. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It doesn't get the damage from it, but that was a pretty nice play.
I was looking on the minimap to see who that was, and it was just the clone coming out of the bush.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I yelled SA coming in from behind. It was the clone. Juked me out as well. Hooking onto Snow though. He's in trouble. Box comes out. He takes tower shots and Frieza gets the kill. But wow, Ezreal actually picks it up onto Thresh as well.
Oh.
Frieza only just getting out there. Ooh, close. But in the mid lane.
Nearly put up.
Oh, Bull's gonna pick up that tower.
Yeah, best AD carry goes through and steals the red buff from Elise. So all of Elise's buffs are getting stolen at the moment, and this is what Shaco does best. If Shaco's on his game, he's counter jungling with the team.
Yep.
Keeping Elise occupied because then he kicks after stealing it. Oh my god,
oh, the this is so rough. Yeah, it's proxy Tryndamere, and then those 260 damage crits. There's nothing Brattles can do right now.
He can dive it.
Yep.
Cell's
Tryndamere
coming,
is uncontrollable.
But... Oh no, it's just...
Oh, this is rough. Prepare yourself, Brattles.
Oh,
nice flash to get past him. He might escape. Chicken comes out. Oh, he's done. Jumps back in. Taken out mid-jump. Cell tries to pick it up. Ultimate is there, so Envy Rain coming in as well. They can actually dive this, Mr. Benz, and Cell's in trouble. Gets the cocoon just outside of tower range. Surely they're going to come in and pick this.
Cassidy gets the cooldowns back up. He's going to take it out. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Too easy. That's textbook for Cassidy. But great play by Best ADC. He knew his limits right there, and that one crit was huge. I thought that Jace might be able to get the second hit off on the Thundering Blow, just to like knock him into a wall or something, but nah, the one crit went off from Tryndamere and that was it. So Brattles tried, but just couldn't keep up with the Tryndamere. He's now pulling ahead by about 40 CS.
Yeah, Jace did not win the race.
No, he lost it.
He got an early lead with the kill, but you know, Tryndamere pulled through at the end with the sprint, so nothing you can do.
Just couldn't put enough pressure onto Tryndamere early. And that's probably why Tryndamere ran those lifesteal runes, which I pointed out earlier. Just to help sustain him a bit in that lane. Even though he's got so much like built-in sustain already, it just helped him out even more and he could just farm it up. Kassadin takes blue buff. And Dragon is up, so...
Ooh.
Pause is actually backing off now. This could be a free Dragon at TJ. To help them a lot at the moment. Oh, but there's Shaco.
Oh, it comes... Oh, Box actually gives him vision. No, he doesn't come for this steal. But I was going to say, Team Just Saying have played a really nice objective game here. Are they going to go for the teamfight play as well? Rain has to run away. Ballsy comes in, takes a lot of damage from that Mystic Shot. Shock Blast catches onto Rain. They're chasing on him. Nice job over the wall. Snow in trouble. Beautiful Cocoon landing there. Shockwave misses, but Paws flashes into it. He gets absolutely messed up right there and taken out. Rain from the side picks up a kill. SA as well coming on for Brattles. Does get it with about 2 hits, and Boo trying to chase onto Snow. And it's going to be Ballsy picking that one up. Rain from the side. Cleanup crew has been engaged. SA just sitting there, actually not hitting anyone.
Flash.
Oh, he gets out! And SA with the clone now onto Frieza. Ballsy trying to protect him, but nice jukes. Red buff ticking. He does pick up the kill with the headshot. Frieza plays like a god with the... Oh, no! It gets him! No, that is so unlucky. Oh, Mr. Benz. What is going on?
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
Just sends in the clone.
That was the greatest clone work. Oh, Rain has to be careful here. Yeah, now Oriana's still got my hand's got that blue buff though. Can he get away from it? One more.
One auto. No, he's not going to be able to get it.
Oh, no.
Oh, he gets it. That was so intense. Edge of my seat, Mr. Benz. What a fight.
That was exciting play. The SA on his Shaco and his clone management is awesome. The command protect was really well by Bullsy there to keep him alive from the Cassidy
Yeah.
burst and able to take him down with that auto attack passive as well. So great play by both teams, and that was a really exciting fight. And the
So
chat just went off.
chaotic too.
Chat went off in game as well. All the players had a laugh about that Sharko kill as well. That's great to see. Everyone's still having fun out there.
Yeah. Oh, SA did really well with the positioning as well. He actually came in from the side to pick up the kill on Braddles while he was trying to poke. And you know, that's where you can make an impact on Shaco in these fights. Obviously, he does quite a lot of damage. He has the Blade of the Ruin King. And of course, he's 515 with 78 CS. So, in the bot lane though. No,
Triforce damage is huge. Something that happened while all that was going on as well. Tryndamere got 2 towers up in the top lane.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 3. He got 3 towers, sorry.
Exposed inhibitor now.
Wow, I didn't see the third
Oh,
one.
SA picks it up with a smart drive-by style. Pops the clone. Oh, and the clone gets hooked. Man, this guy knows how to play Shaco. Don't mess with him. He sends in the clone to try and do damage. Oh, Lantern comes out. He's going to ride it to safety.
Insect, is that you? The Sharko play is amazing right now, so...
Yeah.
Oh, his clone died.
Wow.
But yeah, Sharko picking up Blade of the Ruin King, so his kill potential is huge as well. Interesting that Tryndamere didn't. He went for that. He's going for that Infinity Edge. He knows that he's strong enough, doesn't need that Blade of the Ruin King, and he went static into IE. He's just going to build that later. As Braddles can't even stop him on tower. He's got 4 levels on him. Wow.
That is crazy. Actually, it's going to be the chicken just missing there, so he can't commit. Cell coming in as well, but Oriana's a bit of trouble. Rain puts down the damage. SA looking for that as well. He's going to jump in, just throws out the dagger. Takes a lot of damage. Shockwave back in for one person, though. So is that worth it is the question. Up in the top lane, though, best ADC in a lot of trouble. Cell getting absolutely destroyed with those auto attacks. Does get picked up finally. And Braddles might be in a bit of trouble. Finally gets it. But what a fight. 2 for 1 overall across the map.
But NV pick up a tower in that bottom lane. So, and Cassidon's coming up into the top lane now. He has to be careful, Braddles.
Oh, Ignite!
No, Ignite.
Not going to be enough. Maybe? Or
no, I needed one more tick. Oh, the Ezreal!
Oh! Ezreal ulti, so close.
Oh,
this game is so exciting, Mr. Benz, right now. We're seeing just chaotic play from Team NV and TJS. And obviously, we have to say, it's do or die for TJS here. They're in a bad position right now, and they might lose the series. But Envy Snow going out at 1v2, doing so much damage to Freezy. Gets slowed down by the net. Ace in the hole, will it pick it up? No, not quite. Not quite close either. A bit unfortunate.
Even knew his limits there, didn't the barrier either, so...
Yeah.
Great play coming out of Snow. And as you see, he's got the BF and the pickaxe, so he's doing a lot of damage, but it all comes from that that Triforce proc is just doing so much damage now, and that's why those 80 carries that build there, like Corki and Ezreal, are just so strong.
Yeah, really scary.
And the Triforce Cogmore. I don't know if you've seen that. Yep.
I'm not a fan of that either. I kind of take Doublelift's opinion where he says that, you know, you're not really getting much out of it for Cogmore compared to a standard build. But right here, we're seeing Cell going on to pause. Nice lock up there as well. Braddles couldn't really get the damage with the hammer in either. Just a shock blast. SA coming in as well as the clone. Hugely disruptive. Cell in trouble as well. Needs to run away. SA just sends in the clone to do the dirty work. Oh, the bomb doesn't quite find it. But Rain comes in from the side. Not sure if they realized that was a clone. They kind of got baited if it was. But Braddles chasing onto Rain. He's going to be able to get away there. They're just going to go farm.
The pings are going out to where Elise is. Can Rain pick it up? Oh, he's going to... Oh, no!
Oh! Repel! Use the Force Pulse, though. Yeah. Oh, Ezreal doesn't get it.
Cassidon was laughing, so...
I think Cassidon was trying to give that away. Freesia, though, he dodges the chicken. Oh, 1 crit, 2, 3. Oh, no! Needs the 4th to take it out. Doesn't get it. Nice Lantern. Braddles, though, does get taken out. This Tryndamere is a beast, and he's out of control now, Mr. Benz.
There's a bit of chat there. Caitlyn asked Tryndamere to 1v1 and then brought the whole team along, so... That was pretty funny, but a nice Lantern to the Thresh Express to Caitlyn out of that one, but Tryndamere still able to pick up a kill onto Braddles. Oh.
Yeah, Snow needs to be careful. Bullsy, oh, he goes in. That dissonance combo doing so much damage, but Snow might pick it up. Oh, beautiful arcade shift away from the shockwave. Barrier coming out as well, just for good measure. Snow goes big right there in the 2v1.
Yeah, that was a huge flash, actually. He flashed the shockwave, but it's the same thing. That was huge play by him, and he wanted those double buffs, but he has to be careful now.
Oh, Cell goes deep, doesn't find it though. SA to slow him down. Wow, the
Oh,
speed
the
he's
box.
getting off this Triforce is ridiculous. Cell, no way he can catch that one. But 23 to 15 now. A kill per minute for Team NV. Wow, that's yeah. That's pretty much the story of this game right now. And Tryndamere still, he hasn't left the top lane yet.
Yeah, he's nearly level 17 as well, so
Oh.
he's 3 levels higher than anybody else. And that Cassidon damage right now. Oh no, the lantern
Oh,
again.
he gets it! From downtown, blinks across the map and grabs the kill on Caitlyn. But it's a trade, 1-for-1. But definitely not worth for TJS here, because they're still defending. Tryndamere in the top lane as well, going to be going for this inhibitor. Oh.
Yeah, and he's got a huge level advantage on everybody in the game. He's nearly level 17, that makes him 3 to 4 levels higher than everybody else. And they have to, you can't 1v1 this Tryndamere at the moment.
Yeah. But you can 3v1 him, and that's what they're doing here. TJS brings it up. Braddles looks for the damage. Can he win this
4v1.
race with all of his friends? Power up mode engaged. Cell gets crit, but he doesn't get taken out. He picks up the kill onto Tryndamere.
Yeah, big worth right there. He picks up the inhibitor, so he'll be happy with that one.
Yeah,
He'll probably just head to that bot lane now. Raid boss has fallen. Able to take him down with 4 people. Shaco just got
Even
the dragon.
gods can bleed, I think is the term you're looking for. It's so true right now. Tryndamere is just, he's a god. There's nothing you can do. And this is probably why TJS banned it for the first game. And probably a shame they didn't do it this time around. They're probably regretting that decision.
Probably the reason he is banned at like 70 to 80% rate in Diamond as well, just because
that's true.
It's just so annoying to deal with. You think even if you shut him down early, he'll just won't leave lane, and you want to leave and roam with your team, and Tryndamere just sits there like, haha, I just got all your towers. Like, it's just so annoying to deal with him.
Yeah, and right now Bridals can't deal with him, so that's a problem right there for TJS.
Yeah, and a lot of this team coming out of NV is annoyance, because you got Cassidon who you can't catch, you got a Tryndamere who's just become mode, like you said, and there's you can't stop him unless you got 4 people. Ezreal as well, jumping around doing crazy flashes to avoid shockwaves. they can't land moves on anybody in this team. Oh, don't forget the Shaco clones. So it's just
first time best ADC leaves the lane is going to be for Baron. Goes for the worm. Those sitting in the side Bridals as well. They could go into that. Shockwave comes out, doesn't pick it up. A crit from Tryndamere does. It was a very nice attempt. It was close, but no cigar right there. Envy Rain in trouble. Gets absolutely burst down right there. Killed. Melted. And nice crescendo by Pause. Beautiful, like we saw last game. Best ADC from the side. He is low. Pause gets taken out right there from Freezer. And the Endless Rage coming out. Can he pick up Caitlyn? So close. 2 shots almost takes him out, but it's not enough. Too little, too late.
Tryndamere literally 3-shot the Caitlyn, so that's kind of scary. Had his red pot as well, and now Snow's getting caught as well. They're all just getting caught. SA with the only composure not jumping in, but here we go. Oh my god.
Wow. That is ridiculous. In the base though, Super Minion's almost taking out the Nexus turret. So back to the mid lane. Snow in trouble. Dissonance lands. Cell goes in. Has the Venomous Bite. Is he going to swap for a Cocoon? Oh, actually repels straight onto him. That was in case he jumped over the wall, which he didn't. But, well, everything slows down now, Mr. Benz. Everyone can take a breather.
Yeah, it's a bit messy by NV. Everyone kind of jumped in by themselves and died by themselves. I think after the Baron, after Rain died, they should have just backed off, gone back, waited for Rain to respawn and push down that mid lane. But they are ahead by about 10k at the moment. They've got 6 towers to 1 the inhibitor, so they're just having a bit of fun.
Oh no, SA going on to Braddles here, knocks away the real one, you can see that. But man, he just gets destroyed. That's a late game Shaco, and that's something you're not supposed to see.
Yeah, apart from the Infinity Edge, he's got the Blade of the Rune King and the Static Shiv. He's exactly like Tryndamere because he gets those crit when he jumps in, does the extra damage if he's behind the target. And he's doing causing as much problems as Tryndamere, just split pushing at the moment. So we see NV, it looks like they're going to group back up, and they can end this game. They don't have Baron anymore, and I think it's only left on SA, but definitely have the power to push this game home. Yeah.
Mid Tower's actually survived though. I'm fascinated. How has it survived this long, Mr. Benz? With so many kills from NV, picking up in 27 minutes. Wow. Just shows how much pressure they're putting into these side lanes. Wow, NV actually jumping into the base? This could be a mistake.
He flashed.
Yeah, it has to flash out. Didn't have the cooldown yet for the ultimate. That was a questionable play nonetheless.
It does still have that built-in flash, so it should be
Yep.
fine.
Yeah, it should be.
But you can't jump in there with that rift walk and just flash back out now, so he has to be careful.
Yeah.
If Oriana catches him in that cooldown, he has to be really careful. But he's just split pushing now as, I guess you would say, the split pushers group up to try to get a mid tower, but they don't have a lot of siege potential unless Tryndamere wants to die. But
Yeah. But this is Envy's team comp right here. It's the team of split pushers. They got Shaco on the top onto a Nexus turret now, and he might be able to pick this one up. Brattle's not stopping him. He's flashes towards the base. No idea what he's doing there. I think this is TJS just giving up, honestly. There's nothing they can really do here,
Oh,
Mr.
wow.
Benz. Oh, wow. Rain jumps onto Freezer, and that's Snow picking up a kill onto Oriana. Caitlyn just falls over, Cell in trouble. There's the surrender, and Team NV picks up the win. 2-0 in the best of 3 series.
GG, well played to NV. Really strong showing today.
Yeah,
They even with
incredible.
that team of, like, we called it like the solo queue team, they played really well. So props to NV and props to TJS putting up good fight in both games.
Yeah. So that's the showing that you need to have to play at CG Pro League level. Team NV going to be picking up this win for the day. This is Team Down TV's coverage of CG Pro League. Remember to follow below to catch all the matches. We've got some amateur games coming up soon as well as some main division. So you might want to watch those if you're interested. Of course, I am placed with Mr. Benz, and a shout out to the sponsors, AMD, BenQ, G-Skill, M-Wave, Sound Blaster, and Western Digital. We couldn't do it without you guys, and so it's awesome to see. Remember to click that follow button below, and that'll close us up for tonight.